Hi, everyone. I'm Julian Zelizer of the Longview.
And I'm Jonathan Alter of Old Goats.
So, welcome back to Then and Now. I've been working on a piece looking back at 1949 when President Truman started the process and Congress started the process of reconstructing, rebuilding the interior of the White House. They did it at that time because it was clear the White House was in terrible shape. It wasn't safe. There were all kinds of stories from inside about floorboards breaking, the walls not being stable, and it was clear for safety that a big job had to be done. Truman and Congress set up a bipartisan commission to think through how this could be done efficiently, how it could be done to protect the integrity of the history of the building. And then Truman monitors this as it happens between 1949 and 1952. And what's clear is he was very cognizant, as was the commission, to do as much as possible to restore the rooms to what they looked like, to even use material from the original building, really to pay honor to the original building as they were doing what was necessary. I think the final cost was like $5.7 million. Congress has to approve a supplement in the middle of this, and then it opens in 1952. So I was thinking of this story, obviously, as I saw the pictures of the East Wing being destroyed. John, what are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, let me just ask you a quick question. How much of that time did Harry Truman have to live across the street in Blair House? It was for quite many months, right? I mean, he was almost
Years. Yeah.
Was it a
He was in
full year?
Blair House. Yeah, he was in Blair House. The family moves. They can't live in there. I mean, they got the inside because
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was in that bad shape.
So in all of the years since, there have been minor adjustments that almost every president has made. You have the Jacqueline Kennedy garden. Michelle Obama has a garden. You have a basketball court that Barack Obama put in. You have, before, after Truman, you have the White House swimming pool that was put in during FDR's presidency from private money in that case as well, but all small donations from readers of the New York Daily News to pay for a swimming pool for the paralyzed president. That in later years was turned into what's now the White House press room. So there have been these modifications. Even what they did to the Rose Garden, as offensive as it might have been to some people, was within bounds of what presidents have been entitled to do, especially with no congressional authorization. This is in an entirely different league. It is destroying the people's house. And he said that he wasn't going to do anything to the White House proper when he was adding this ballroom. You can see Trump say it on tape. And then, as happens so often, he just shows up the world that he's a frickin' liar, and he takes a wrecking ball to the East Wing of the White House. And for anybody who's ever been there as a tourist or as a guest, this is kind of like heartbreaking. I mean, this is, it was a very classy way to enter the White House, and it's gone now. And he's destroying part of history and our legacy. And it's a symbolic of the wrecking ball that he has taken to the federal government and to the rule of law. And for that reason, I think even though, it's maybe not even the most heinous thing that he did this week, it turns out he's trying to get $230 million from the taxpayers that he will sign off on. So you're going to be able to find out all kinds of other horrific things that Trump is doing. But this one, Julian, I think will linger more in history because that image of them wrecking the East Wing for this ballroom will go down with, Trump coming down the escalator and January 6th as the most iconic images of the Trump era.
It's a sad image to see. I think anyone who cares about the history of the White House, the history of the democracy, can't look at that picture and know the way this has been done without transparency and without any clear plan, and not shed a tear. So that was then and now, and we will be back next week with a new topic. Thanks, John.
Thanks, Julian.